Hello, I'm Josh George. I'm going to do my Week 9 college football predictions right after this intro. Okay, now to the first game on the slate of games. Kansas State hosting Oklahoma in Manhattan. Could be a really good game, in my opinion. I think that it probably will be. It's going to be Kansas State's run-first offense against OU Lincoln Riley's run-first offense. Weather could have an effect. OU's looked really good to this point, though. So, I've got the Sooners 45, the Wildcats 14. Then to the next game, a game in the Big Ten. Penn State on the road against Michigan State. Now, a stat I found interesting about this game, and when it comes to punts blocked, Penn State ranks number 1. Michigan State ranks number 11th in the nation. So special teams could have a huge impact on this defense. I think we are in for a good quarterback battle in this one. I think Lewarke is good for Michigan State, and Clifford's good for Penn State. I just think it's going to come down to turnovers or big defensive play in this one, like most Big Ten games seem to. And Michigan State, they're ranked number 8th in scoring defense. So, or touchdowns on defense. So I've got Michigan State 27, Penn State 21. Now, to a big game in the state of Texas. The Texas Longhorns, who almost lost to Kansas last week, not really playing up to their standard, it didn't seem like. Now on the road against TCU. Gary Patterson's has another stingy defense. They're only allowing 24.6 points per game, and his quarterback Dugan has thrown 9 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. I think that's not turning the ball over could be a huge key in this matchup. Ellinger was sacked 9 times when he went up against the Oklahoma Sooners. Can Patterson's defense do the same? And can their offense find a way to score against this secondary who is not going to have everybody back yet for Texas? My gut says TCU finds a way. I have the Horned Frogs 30, the Longhorns 25. Now, to the next game on our slate of games, Oklahoma State at Iowa State. You know, when I looked at this one of the things that kind of came to mind was how has Spencer Sanders played? You know, in that loss against Baylor, he didn't look good. It turns out Sanders is responsible for 11 of the 13 turnovers by Oklahoma State. Still a prolific offense, probably one of the best in the nation. Certainly some of the two fastest specialty guys in the nation in Chuba Hubbard and I think Spencer Sanders is a really fast quarterback. I think he's good. Tyron Wallace, great receiver as well. But Iowa State, Matt Campbell and Brock Purdy, they've been finding a groove. They've scored at least 34 points in their last 3 meetings. I've got Iowa State 31, Oklahoma State 21. Now, to the next game. The best rivalry in college basketball. But we're talking football today. It's Duke at North Carolina. I think that this is going to come down to coaching. David Cutcliffe and Mack Brown. I kind of throw out the stats in this one. David Cutcliffe has been coaching consistently longer. This is Mack Brown's first year back to this rivalry. I went with Cutcliffe. I've got the Blue Devils 35, North Carolina 28. Now, to the next game on our slate of games. Alabama hosting Arkansas without Tua. Will it affect them? I don't think so. Ruggs and Judy, great wide receivers. Alabama, great defense, number 26th in total defense. And last time Auburn played a team from the state of Alabama, they lost 51-10. All that says, I've got Alabama 38, Arkansas 10. Now to the Tigers, the rivalry. I'm going to pick the Tigers for this one. Auburn at LSU. I think it could be a fantastic matchup. It always seems to come down to the wire. A lot of things in this one seem to be pointing to LSU. LSU is 30-22 in the rivalry, 16-6 at Baton Rouge, and they've won the last two, where the ball has kind of bounced their way, and the FPI gives LSU a 66% chance to win. But my gut, and Gus Malzahn calling the plays, and it just seems funky to me. Something might be funny in the air. You know, LSU's won the last 2 times, and they've kind of had all the luck in this one. I think Auburn gets the luck. I've got the Auburn Tigers 31, the LSU Tigers 30. Now to Notre Dame at Michigan. Could be a really good game. 2 coaches that have been struggling in big games recently, Harbaugh and Kelly, with quarterbacks that are kind of that seem underrated or underperforming. Book and Shea Patterson, they're both good quarterbacks. A lot of interesting statistics in this one. Notre Dame's yards per game is at 450.5, where Michigan's yards per game is 391.6, where their yards against for Notre Dame is 346.2. For Michigan, it's 283.3. I just think the key to this game is going to come down to which coach grinds it out more, which team wants it more, and which team has the talent and belief to make the plays in the end. And I know Michigan almost came back and won last week, but I'm just feeling Notre Dame. I've got them 27, and I've got Michigan 20. So, then to a game that I think is interesting in the SEC. Missouri lost last week 21-14 to Vanderbilt. Will they be ready to play? Will Kelly Bryant be in this game? I think Mark Stoops really needs this. I think his team will be ready to play. So I've got Kentucky 24, Missouri 21. Now, the next game on the slate of games, I've got it out of the ACC here, and it's Pittsburgh at Miami. I think it could be a good game depending on what happens. You know, Miami's looked a little topsy-turvy. They lost last week to Georgia Tech, and their wins are just really close wins. Like, they won against Central Michigan 17-12, and they beat Virginia 17-9. The offense can't keep up with the defense. It seems like they have a big bright spot though. DJ Dallas. He's rushed for 480 yards this season, which is almost double of what Pittsburgh's number 1 running back A.J. Davis has. He only has 287 yards. So if Miami's going to win this game, the key is getting Pittsburgh's quarterback Pickett to turn the ball over and running the football and winning it late. Because Miami has the talent to do it. They're ranked 18th in the 247 talent composite, where Pittsburgh is only ranked 42nd in the 247 talent composite. But I'm just not buying into Miami right now. I've got Pittsburgh 28 and Miami 20. Then to the next game on our slate of games, it's going to be my upset / super dog of the week. Right now, Maryland's getting 7.5 points. Minnesota undefeated. They've looked good. What can I say? They're finding a way to get it done. Now, their margin for victory for Minnesota is 15 points. And I think that's a little interesting because they have wins over South Dakota State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, and Rutgers. That may make that a little higher than it would be if they were playing more talented teams. Now, Maryland's margin per victory over every game played is 9.8. So they can get the offense going at times. They've scored 79 this season. So I've got that number, and I think Maryland can cover it. I've got Maryland to cover. Now, in the game of the week, Wisconsin, Ohio State. I've got Wisconsin 20, Ohio State 17, and I'm going to tell you why. I think it's going to be a defensive showdown because you've got on third down defense, Ohio State ranked third, Wisconsin ranked first. In third down offense, you've got Ohio State ranked first, Wisconsin ranked sixth. It's going to come down to third downs. Both teams are really good on defense, low-scoring game. I just think they're going to put the ball in Jonathan Taylor's hands, and the Wisconsin Badgers are going to find a way to get it done in a close one. That'll do it for me. I'm Josh George.